Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left, don't turn left, don't turn left.
Avery was just exploring his Minecraft world until he found something weird. A base he did not make, strip mines he did not dig out, and more importantly, a book he did not write. All in a single player world. At the end of this strange video, you could see what looks like a brief cut to a strange assortment of items, which, when deciphered, leads to a Google Drive folder. The earliest footage shows Durlord in the exact same location Avery was in, until he decides to dig a strip mine towards the left. But the terrain immediately feels off. Trees generate in places they shouldn't, moss shows up underground, and certain structures look more placed than random generation would ever allow. It feels like he's walking through something unfinished or edited, not a regular seed. Very early on, he realizes he isn't alone. At one point, he stops mid-walk, and you can hear it very clearly, footsteps behind him. Stopping just a little bit too late, like something was following him and wasn't prepared for him to pause. This happens more than once, and it was a trap set by Durlord. As we follow our hero's journey, we're able to hear whispers that seem to compel him to do things he never intended to do. It comes in and out of the footage, faint enough that you can't really hear anything specific, but noticeable enough to influence Durlord's actions. He would hesitate, then walk forward, like something pushed him to do so. It wasn't a voice that can just talk. It was a voice that can coerce one of the smartest protagonists I've ever seen into walking into his own demise. And so, it keeps pulling him deeper into this strange world. Eventually, the whispers guide him into a large, abandoned village. Everything inside it has this consistent yellow theme. Carpets, banners, etc. And the place looks like the previous inhabitants left all at once. Nothing attacks him, but he keeps reacting as if the same thing that stalked him earlier was still around, but just out of sight. Eventually, Durlord gets pulled towards something else entirely. It's not curiosity in the usual sense, it's more like that same whisper that he kept hearing earlier. And it's now nudging him forward, pushing him to keep going, even when any normal player would have logged off by now. Away from the main houses, he notices a single isolated building sitting far outside the village layout. He breaks inside and finds a passage hidden underneath the floorboards. Down there, he finds a written message left behind by someone who clearly lived through the same situation he's experiencing right now. It also includes a clear warning. If you found this, turn back. Disconnect. Do not go any further. But instead of leaving, Durlord keeps going. Whether it's stubbornness, curiosity, or that voice pushing him again, he once again descends down the tunnel. The path eventually opens up into a dark chamber that looks nothing like the rest of the world. Out of this world, even. And sitting at the far end is a massive, ornate structure built out of stone and carved patterns, with a pair of tall, bright yellow doors at its center. He gets close enough to take a quick look at whatever was behind those doors. Whatever he saw would change him forever. Paranoid, afraid, dazed, Durlord rushes down previously unseen paths until he reaches a dead end. Until he reveals that it's been connected to his base the entire time, a pathway that shouldn't even be physically possible. With his remaining sanity, he writes the warning Avery later finds. Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. Repeated over and over. Then the coded message. Run, Avery. It's here. The footage never shows what Durlord actually saw behind those yellow gates, so the community had to work with whatever details the video actually gave. The abandoned village had these yellow carpets and banners and a generally yellow theme. Viewers started theorizing that the entity behind the gates was connected to the king in yellow, because the themes line up. A king, yellow imagery everywhere, and an entity that corrupts people or drives them mad instead of physically attacking them. The popular idea is that whatever Durlord encountered didn't just scare him, it changed the way he understood the world. He runs back through an impossible route, predicts the arrival of a player he's never met, and leaves warnings that shouldn't make sense unless we knew someone would eventually read them.